Hey guys, it's RebeccaLynOberstadt. In today's video, I'm doing multiple looks, one palette. I will not be talking through any of them. I will be playing music, but I decided to start off with two more neutral looks. I'm using the Profusion Wanderlust palette. I worked with, well, not only the brush, but I did the first two rows. So I only used this row on this eye and then the second row on the other eye. I wanted to show the diversity of just splitting these up by rows, that you can get looks out of just a row, and there are quite a few rows. So you can do an entire monochromatic look. You can split it up and do like a neutral look. This one's definitely more neutral because this one has a pop of green, but I wanted to showcase some of the like more neutral colors in this palette, and then probably the last two looks that I do will be more colorful with like the brighter colors in here. But I think the next two looks that I do are going to focus on like the neutral browns and then like the navy on one eye and like the darker green on the other, just to show you that there are some diverse looks that you can get and throw in a little bit of color to like spice up a look, so you don't have to be wearing just beiges and browns and mauves and things like that when it comes to a neutral look. So this is the first two looks. I am wearing the other brand new dress. This is a Forever 21 bodycon style dress. It's a size large. I did take video outside, and I even brought a measuring tape, because when I showed the black dress the other day, actually it was last week, I can't believe it's Friday again, I had people accuse me of editing how small my waist was or making my hips or my butt larger. So I brought out the measuring tape so I can show you guys hard facts that my waist is 27 inches and my hips are 40 inches. So I'm a white girl with a badunk, okay? Anyways, hopefully you guys like these multiple looks that I'm gonna do. I plan on doing 6 looks. Right now I'm editing 6 looks for the Ibiza palette, and it's been a beast. I've been working on it for 2 days now, and I'm like 3/4 of the way done so far editing, and then I have to, you know, go in and add music and stuff like that. And the camera likes to focus on right here on the door half the time. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the looks, no talking, and I will see you guys at the very end. And I might talk about what's going on after the next 2 looks. So we'll see. Hey guys, it's Rebecca. I just finished editing this video. It took me 2 days to edit it, and it was originally, with all 6 looks, an hour and a half long. I got it down to 30 minutes. I cut out every time I looked for a brush, every time I turned my head sideways. Everything is sped up ×2, so it is 2 times the speed for most things, unless it's a talking part. I'm going to be adding music in now, but I figured I would let you know a lot of work goes into these videos. The last 2 looks took 45 minutes to do the eye looks, not to mention all the editing that went into the last 2 looks. And I know a lot of people probably haven't even watched the video this far. They've already clicked out of it. But just understand that when I do these big multiple look videos, they take a lot of time between filming the video, editing of each of the 2 looks, and then trying to render everything and get it all so that it looks right and I'm in frame and all that kind of fun stuff. Everything that goes into filming, editing, and uploading a video, it really does make a big difference to us as creators that you sit and watch the entire video. Even if you don't comment, sitting and watching an entire video that took me 2 days to edit, 2 solid 12-hour working days to edit, not to mention the hour and a half worth of filming time, not including setup and brushes and all, you know, everything else that I had to do for the video to prep and then put away after it. So I just wanted to put this in here because I've noticed that a lot of people watch 3 minutes of my videos or less, and I just want to let you guys know it's kind of a slap in the face when there is even a 10-minute video and you watch a minute of it, and it really is discouraging as a creator to continue to make content on a daily basis or even every other day when people don't seem interested in what I'm filming. So at this point right now, I'm very frustrated. It doesn't seem that anybody likes what I'm posting, so I'm really tempted to just stop posting on YouTube. I really am at this point. I'm fed up. So if somebody would like to change my mind about this, then leave me a comment and let me know. But right now, I am just kind of at my wit's end. No matter what channel I post on, no matter where I post, whether it's on Instagram or Twitter, Facebook, Anywhere else that I post on, it seems that either people aren't liking what I'm posting, or the algorithm just kind of pushes me out of the system, or whatever the reason may be. It's like I'm being ignored by everybody. And at this point, I am so discouraged from posting any more content anywhere. That's where I'm at. So I just figured I would put this in here, and I'm going to go ahead and add music now, and you guys can just watch the rest of the looks. Hopefully you enjoy. so this is 2 more looks with the Profusion Wanderlust palette. I did some like pink and greenish shades on this eye, and then I did blue and purple on this one. So for the first look, I used this like Go Girl shade here, and then I used Love Story on the inner and outer edge, and then Stormy in the center. And then on this eye, I used Enigma, and then I used Regal and Gravity. So that is the other eye. And then of course I used the water activated liners over them. I did pink and green on this eye. And then I tried to mix the purple and the black to make a more like darker purple shade, and then ended up adding in some blue, and it turned into this like really pretty like cornflower bluish gray color, which I think matches how this color blended out up here onto my brow bone. So I'm happy with that color. I do have purple coming, so yeah, trying to mix what I have. If I had a red, I would have just mixed the blue and the red together to get a more purple shade, but the pastel purple and the black didn't quite work out so well. But anyways, here is the face. The lips is Be It Bombshell Cosmetics Famous Lovecraft Beauty Bronzer, Pixie by Petra Blush, and Space Case Highlighter. So that's the rest of the face. I will see you guys at the end when I finish the last 2 looks. So this will be 6 looks at the end. Hey guys, it's Rebecca. So these are the final 2 looks with the Wanderlust palette from Profusion. I have a little bit of blue in the shade up here that I mixed. I mixed this bottom shade with the shade above it, and I've got this like little bloop of like blue. It made a really pretty color though in there. I'm sure I can get it out with a brush. Anyways, so these are, oh man, I got a whole handful of glitter. I don't know how I just did that. And my hair keeps sticking to this stupid lip gloss. Yeah. Last 2 looks with the Profusion palette. I ended up doing 6 looks, and I decided to get a little artistic with it. This one I started off with one of the brown shades, which is Nostalgia. And I thought I had used this shade, but until today, there was no brush marks in it. So I was like, I thought I had used this. I know I had used the other 2. This one here didn't have any marks in it, so I used that. This chill shade up here didn't have any brush marks in it either. I'm like, how did I miss 2 shades? I've used every shade in this palette now. Now on this eye, I used Nostalgia, Retro, Enigma, and Splash. And those are the 4 colors, and it goes the brown, the purple, the shimmer blue, and then the matte blue out here. And then I just reversed them for the bottom. This one here, the very top shade up there is actually Illusion, and then the purple shade next to it is Regal. Then this shade in here is actually Chill. The shade below that, that's brown, is Statement. And then in the crease I have Serious, like right here. Then this icy color in the very front is Frosting again, this one here. And then starting here, going this direction, I used Hypnotic, and then I used Cruise and Stormy. So Stormy's in the center, and then Cruise. And then I mixed this Enigma shade with Frosting to get the very outer edge. And then the little V shape right here, I ended up using Gravity in it. And I did use a wet brush for the Gravity shade and the Chill shade to get this to stick and then this to stick. But everything else was a dry brush. And I used 2 brushes to do both looks. Oh, well, technically 3 because I used a liner. So I used the angled side of this one, and then this is a Morphe M149. I have one similar to this. That's a BH one. It's a 105 brush, but it's a little bit bigger around in diameter. And then I have one that's also a little smaller, but it's more dense. This is a V9 brush from BH. So this one is skinnier around and more dense at the top, whereas this one's more flexible. It's a more flexible pencil brush than the other one is. So I had one bigger and one smaller. So I went with this one because it was the right density that I needed, the right amount of fluffiness to pack, as well as like blend shadows. I was going to do like an actual like cut crease, but with this brush, with the precise application of it, I didn't have to. So, and then of course I used a 4/0 liner brush just to do right above my lash line. And this mascara that I'm using is driving me nuts. I'm ready to throw it in the trash. But that is everything. This is my complete 6 looks 1 palette with Profusion. These work just as well as my BH shadows. I don't have as much kick up in the pan on here for the matte shadows as I do with most of my BH shadows, but the matte shadows in here do take more building. They go on pretty sheer, so you have to build them up. And there's the hair. So you have to build them up and work with them a little bit. The shimmers, some of them work perfectly fine with a dry brush, but a lot of them, especially this like top row, you really need to have a wet brush, all except for this Love Story shade, and then this is a matte shade. But all the other shimmers on this row are very like flaky and chunky and glittery, and just touching the palette, I'm getting glitter on my hands. The Frosting shade and the Serious shade are both super glittery, super flaky shadows. So if you don't like glitter fallout, then avoid those 2 shades completely, because there's like glitter all over the lid, there's glitter like in here on the palette, and sometimes that really like drives me insane. I'm like weird about how clean my stuff is, so I do not like having shadow schmutz all over. No schmutz on my palette, man. So yeah, so this is a beautiful colorful palette. You've got like your more neutral stuff over here, and you've got your more colorful stuff over here, and you can mix and match shades all day long. Like I use this Tranquil shade a lot to mix with some of the darker shades to lighten them up, and it works amazingly. You just kind of dip into the dark shade and then dip into the light shade like twice and then dip once back in the dark shade. And then you can either tap it on like your hand, the back, you know, your inside of your wrist, or whatever, in order to like kind of combine the colors on the brush. And then when you put it on the eye, you get a more even color placement. So yeah, that is my 6 looks 1 palette breakdown for the Profusion Wanderlust palette. It's worth $10. It really is. Actually, I would have paid $25 for this, to be honest. So anyways, and the brush in here is amazing. I really like the Profusion brush that it comes with. It's a nice fluffy blending brush. It's really nice. Washes up really well too. And I keep it in here so I don't lose it in my collection of brushes. Anyways, I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. Hopefully you like this 6 looks 1 palette video. No talking through any of it. And I will see you guys in another video very soon. Have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. Bye.